So I had a little free time today and decided to go digging in the 100K collection. One of the things that I like to do is when a book gets hot or there's all of this excitement around the title, I go digging in the collection to see if I could find that book. While I did not find that book that I was looking for, I did find several others that I'll actually show you in this video. And while I was in the garage hunting, something arrived on the doorstep from my friends over at Skybound. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the books that I found and then also some of the books that were sent over to me. And I will tell you that many of the books from Skybound will find their way back out to the comic book community in some way, shape, or form. If you are curious as to what is sitting here on the desk, I want to encourage you to stay tuned for the video. This video is sponsored by 9panel.com, an online marketplace for buying and selling collectible comic books. The entire site is tailored towards comics, from browsing comics to buy to opening a shop to sell. And all the comics on 9panel are from reputable local comic shops and online sellers, so know that you're buying from trusted sources. Visit them today at 9panel.com. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. As you heard in that brief intro, I have 2 stacks of books that are sitting here on my desk, and we are going to rip through them. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but we're gonna work our way through it. Maybe I'll start with some of the books that I found in the collection, and then maybe switch to some of the books that showed up here from Skybound, and then go back to the books that were found in the collection. Maybe that's how we'll do it. So this very first book is one that I found just randomly. It's just one single issue of this title. It is called Stalker from DC, a first sensational issue. This is issue number 1, and I want to say the character's name is Stalker, but I could be wrong about that. I thought it was an interesting cover. I really did. I'm a huge fan of swords, potentially, as you can tell. So I thought this was an interesting one. Beware the man with the stolen soul. And there's probably some DC folks out there that know a lot more about this title and character than I do. But I found this one, decided to pull it, and thought that I would share it with you guys. It's not often you see pink on a cover. You don't really see pink all that much, as I stare at another pink cover here that I'll show you in a second. This one right here is, I've found multiple copies of this book, and every single time I forget to pull them out. But this time I actually did. This is Ultraman, and I do believe that this is the Virgin version of Ultraman. This is actually issue number 3 right here, and I have issues 1, 2, and of course 3, but somehow keep misplacing them and not pulling them out. But that one is polybag, no backing board. Fingers crossed that I can find some of the others. The cool thing is that back side of that is really nice, striking right there, and it also has a trading card as well. So fingers crossed that I can find those other copies in the collection. This next one was a super random book, just super random in the middle of a bin. And this right here is actually the second printing of Faith issue number 1. And I don't know a whole lot about this character, to be honest with you, but I saw it in the collection and went ahead and pulled it out. And one thing you'll notice here potentially is that there is a tear down here. And one of the great things about this collection, the 100K collection, is that oftentimes I find these wonderful little notes and notations in the collection. And on the back side, it is written here in the owner's handwriting, tear on cover, you know? So there's all of this just wonderful stuff here. I mean, I definitely noticed it, but I just thought that was really cool. I'm still trying to figure out some notations. There are some notations that he would write on a comic, like a piece of paper taped to the cover, that I still haven't been able to decrypt. Maybe there's a legend somewhere that I just haven't found yet, but these are just the wonderful things that you experience when you buy a large comic book collection. So next up is a really cool book. This is Excellence issue number 11. And as I mentioned, it's not often you see pink, but that's like 3 covers right there that actually have pink on them. This Stalker issue number 1 had a little bit, Faith, and now this Excellence right here. It's also on the backside as well. Had an opportunity to interview Brandon Thomas a couple of months ago. Awesome guy. He is the co-creator and writer of Excellence. Definitely a cool book. Next up, we have 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, issue number 4. And this is a book, not this book, but this title is one that I've shown before when Skybound has sent me some things. Oblivion Song, this book is kind of sort of hot right now because I think it's been optioned. So a lot of excitement around this. This has reached issue number 33 right there. And again, all of these are from Image Skybound. Let's see what we have. We have some Walking Dead here, issue number 23. This is really nice. This the card stock that they use for these covers are just really, really nice. I mean, just really nice. That's all I can say about these. Just good quality stuff. Summoner's War Legacy, issue number 5 right here. I have not read this title at all, but definitely a cool cover right there. A little more Walking Dead here. Deluxe issue number 22. Definitely forgive me because these are all out of order. Here's issue number 21. You cannot go wrong with that red cover right there. And just call him Hatchet Man. Just call him Hatchet Man as he takes off somebody's leg right there on the cover. Here is Firepower from Robert Kirkman, issue number 15. I have heard nothing but good things about this title, and I am going to read it. I am going to do the best that I can this weekend to start reading Firepower because I have not read any of it. Next up is Barbaric issue number 2. And this one is from Vault Lines, which I'm guessing is an imprint underneath Image Skybound. I need to read the information here, but this one is actually in black and white. It's in black and white, and it is really nice. Heavy card stock right here. Really cool cover. Barbaric number 2 right there, and I'm going to read this one. I'm not into black and white comics, but I like the cover. I like the name, so we're going to check that one out. Speaking of books that I like, I have been hunting for this book for a very, very long time. And I've gone through all the bins that are labeled Venom. I've gone through all the bins where I thought Venom could be. Could not find it. Found this book randomly in a box. And no rhyme or reason. Here is Venom issue number 6. This is the purple foil cover. And I honestly don't know what makes this book special. I saw it on Instagram several months ago, thought it was an interesting cover, and I was like, I should have that, and went to go look for it, could not find it, and you know how it is. It becomes an obsession at that point. Nice cover. Unfortunately, this copy has multiple spine ticks all the way down it, but I found it and it's mine. So we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it as a win and keep it moving. Next up is this is Elf Quest issue number 1 from the Epic Comics imprint. Little Elf Quest action going on right there. And I spoke to someone several weeks ago that was like, hey, if you find any Elf Quest, pull it out, hold it to the side. I think this person believes that there could be some magic that gets made with Elf Quest at some point in the future. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but when I found that copy, I decided to pull it out. Unfortunately, it is the only copy of Elf Quest that I found in the collection so far. So fingers crossed that we actually find some other. Here is Trover Saves the Universe. I actually spoke about this book right here recently on the CGC Top 10 Most Submitted video. This book, issue number 1, is on the list. It actually made the list, and so I did not know anything about this title when these books from Skybound arrived last month. Then in between last month and this month, I actually have to cover it for the CGC video. So a lot of people decided to go ahead and send that book in to be graded, and I think it has to do with the fact that it is based upon a video game, and maybe there's some nostalgia there that's driving people to send it in. I don't know. Ultimately, some people will comment and give me some context for why they think that is happening. Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 21 right there. Really cool cover. It's a love story, people. It is all about love. Indeed it is. Here is issue number 22 right here. I don't know what's going on. Look at her face. She is very sad and shocked right now. So some stuff's going down. Here's a really hot book. This is a graphic novel, trade paperback right here of Stray Dogs. This comic is hot. It is hot. I read issues 1, 2, and 3, and it was not bad. It honestly was not bad. People love some Stray Dog. This thing has spot gloss. This is nice. I am a fan of good printing. The character is in spot gloss, so it's matte finish. He's spot gloss, and I think that the letters are outlined in spot gloss as well. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it there. This is really well done. That is really well done. If you've ever printed something, you recognize some quality, because that actually costs a healthy amount of money. So I actually found two cool books that I was hunting for in the collection. I hoped that I had them. Sure enough, I did. Long shot. And I don't know why this book is hot. I want to say the price of this book is actually up, and I do not know why. But I was able to find 2 copies of it. Unfortunately, both copies have some rust on the staple, so I'm hopeful that I'll be able to clean that rust off of the staple. But 2 copies of that book, and again, just really cool to have finally found those in the collection after believing that they should be there and not finding them, and then finding them. I had a moment in the garage celebrating. So next up is these 2 books that I'm about to show you are 2 books that I want to say I held to the side. I had a deal that I talked about before for the Hulk 1 that I'm working on, where somebody was interested in getting some Gen 13. I sold them a couple of copies, but there were a few that I held back after having found them in the collection. This is one of those books. This is issue number 1 of Gen 13, and I do believe that this is the first cover for J. Scott Campbell. And really striking cover right there. Shout out to J. Scott Campbell. This thing needs to be in a better bag, because this is not a good bag, but was able to find a copy of it. And then I also pulled to the side issue number 7 right here. This is a Jim Lee cover, and you guys know how I feel about some Jim Lee, so I went ahead and pulled that one and set it to the side. Again, issue 1 and issue 7 of Gen 13. We are in the home stretch here. We're going to finish things up with a couple of additional books here. This first one is Walking Dead issue number 23, and again, these are all out of order. You have my apology, but again, Walking Dead is definitely doing their thing with that series, and Image, Skybound, is doing it with the quality of those books. The very last one here is issue number 4 of 6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, and this one is styled after the New Yorker magazine right there. That is the very last book that I'm going to show you guys, and I want to definitely thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, I certainly want to encourage you to go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I want to invite you to go ahead and do that as well. That way, once you subscribe and turn on notifications, hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, you won't miss any videos, because the system will say, hey, Reggie just released a video. Go check it out. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.